Hello everyone, my name is Sunil Sharma and the topic of today is air conditioning. These are the contents which is to be discussed: introduction, application, terminology, comfort, air conditioning, types, in which these three types we will discuss in our presentation. What is air conditioning? Normally it is referred as AC or AC in these two forms. Is the process of altering the properties of air, in which we normally alter temperature as well as humidity both to more comfortable conditions. It is used to get comfort commercially and residentially both. Industrial usage such as in textile, printing, manufacturing, photographic, computer rooms, power plants, automobile, etc. The terminology is very important. To understand this, we'll take one by one. Dry air. What is dry air? When air is not containing any water vapor, zero water vapor is present there. Then we come to moist air. Mixture of dry air and water vapor means water vapor is present inside air. It may vary from little to more, but water vapor is available inside the air. Saturated air. Air which contains maximum amount of water vapor which air can hold at a given temperature and pressure. That is known as saturated air. Dry bulb temperature. It is also abbreviated as DBT. Temperature of air measured by ordinary thermometer. The normal room temperature measurement methodology is the dry bulb temperature, while the wet bulb temperature WBT is the temperature recorded by a thermometer when its bulb is covered with a wet cloth and we are allowed to evaporate some of the water vapor. Okay, then the temperature will be WBT. And the DPT, dew point temperature, is the temperature when the unsaturated moist air is cooled till the water vapor starts to condense, or the temperature at which condensation just starts is known as dew point temperature. We normally see in a hot room when we put a cold drink bottle which is at a very low temperature. When we put inside a hot room, what happens after some times? Dew formation takes place at the boundary of the cool drink bottle. So that is dew point temperature, dew formation. And another terminology is the relative humidity. This is very important parameter. Normally relative humidity is also represented as humidity, as we have discussed earlier. So what is that? The amount of moisture that a given amount of air is holding. So we are taking for particular, say some particular amount of air is there and how much of the moisture present inside, to the amount of moisture that a given amount of air can hold at the saturation, but maximum how much it may hold. In compared to that, the value is represented with the help of relative humidity. Say a particular amount of air may hold 2 drops of water. Okay, and this is the saturation condition. While if only 1 drop is absorbed, it means we will say this is 50% RH, relative humidity. So conditions of air for different RH values, as for dry air this is 0% because no water vapor is absorbed in the air, while from 0 to 100 it is moist air, and at 100% this is saturated air. So what is comfort air conditioning? Say a person is sitting in a room. Normally a body temperature for a healthy person is 37 degrees Celsius. So due to some metabolic reactions inside the body will release some heat to the environment. If the outside temperature is less, the heat transfer will be easier. So at lower temperature it feels better. But if the outside temperature will increase, the body will not be able to release that much of amount of heat per unit time. So it may feel some um, warm environment to the particular bodies. Okay, so body feels comfortable when it can freely dissipate its waste heat. And heat generation takes place due to metabolic rate, consumption of any food and all. So for a human body, human comfort, air should have the following properties. These are the standards of the universal, which may vary due to time, according to time, because ASHRAE defines different parameters. So normally it varies along. So temperature range is 22 to 27 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 55 to 65 degrees Celsius. And air velocity, that is also very important. So that is 0.3 meter per second to 0.5 meter per second. All these terms are very important. Initially we were taking only temperature and relative humidity, but for comfort air conditioning we will have to incorporate velocity also. How this matters? Because say the range is there, not a fixed value, because if there are two different persons may like different conditions as well. Say some person is sweating more at the normal temperature while other is feeling better or feeling favorable. Okay, similarly at particular relative humidity, someone may feel, oh, environment is more humid, while other may think, oh no, humidity is normal. And similarly, when we see some person may feel there is no requirement of fan running, or the speed of fan is all right, but someone may feel, no, I need to increase the speed of fan. So the velocity variation is also there. So types of air conditioning, majorly these three types are very important and which needs to be considered for the types of air conditioning. First one is windows air conditioning, second one is split air conditioning, and third one is centralized air conditioning. Previously we normally use windows air conditioning, but nowadays split air conditioning is quite famous. And for a bigger air conditioning system, a plant or a hotel or industrial air conditioning systems, centralized air conditioning is very important and in more use. So, so windows air conditioning is that you probably have seen this type of windows ACs normally fitted in window, and some part of the AC was situated inside the room, while half of the part is outside the room. So in front part, in the indoors part, the blower is there, and which uh, incorporates evaporator. So hot air goes from the room and circulates here, and cool air goes here. So here hot indoor is moving here, and this is the cooled air. Okay, and these are the switch. With the help of these we may operate it. These are the expansion valves. Okay, normally in window AC we use different throttling valves, but capillary tube was also used. This is compressor and this is condenser, which is normally outside the room. Okay, and the outdoors. Second one is the split air conditioning. In the split air conditioning, these type of things are there. Some part is inside the room while some of the part are outside the room. So here the better thing is only the main required portion is inside the room, so less space is required. Okay, second thing, the hot air and fan and all of the major things which need not to be inside the room, or noisy things which are outside the room. Okay, so the split air conditioners comprise of two parts, the outdoor unit and the indoor unit. Indoor unit normally comprises of only evaporator, while the condenser, compressor and expansion valve are there in the outdoor unit. The indoor unit comprises the evaporator or cooling coil and the cooling fan. Okay, this is the centralized air conditioning system. As probably you may have seen this type of air conditioning system in bigger malls and cinema halls and hotels, airport, theaters and all. There ducting is provided and ducting is connected to every single chamber or hall and which is mainly circulated through the main plant. Okay, so the central air conditioning plant of this system are used when the large buildings, hotels, theater, airport, shopping malls, etc. are to be air conditioned completely. In this case, ducting is very important. Similarly, here also the plant is here and through the ducting, everything is connected here. And this red arrow shows the hot air is going here, which is cooled, and this blue arrows show the rooms are cooled with the help of this air conditioning plant. So this is all about centralized air conditioning. Thank you very much.